What is particularly troubling to me is the fact that at a time when our country continues to be invaded by millions of illegal aliens, and many of our states, particularly the border states, are struggling to survive under this invasion, the federal government is, for the first time in our history, siding with the foreign invaders against their own citizens. Instead of helping the states fight this invasion, the current administration puts up billboard-sized signs warning American citizens to stay out of the desert in their own country because of the dangers posed by foreign drug dealers and smugglers and other kinds of criminals. Rather than live up to his oath to protect the American people, our president violates his oath and chooses to stand side by side with the Socialist American Civil Liberties Union to defend and protect illegal alien invaders and the Mexican drug cartels, all at the expense of the American people. Ladies and gentlemen, this is tyranny. Our own federal government is slowly but surely becoming the enemy of its own citizens, because our elected officials and federal judges are completely disregarding their oaths that they took to protect and defend the Constitution.
They lied.
I am a member of an organization called the Oath Keepers. It is a national nonpartisan organization comprised of active duty and former members of the military, law enforcement, and firefighters who have sworn to honor their oaths and support and defend the U.S. Constitution. We pledge our lives and our sacred honor in defense of liberty and the Republic, and our motto is, "Not on our watch." Those of us who have taken this oath at one or more times in our history have sworn to continue that oath to support and defend the Constitution. The Oath Keepers stand for freedom. Freedom from an invasion of illegal aliens and from federal government that defends the lawbreakers in court against the American people. We stand for freedom from election fraud and the use of hackable computerized voting machines. We stand for freedom from the collection of racial, ethnic, and other data on American citizens that is used to divide us into hyphenated Americans. I am not a white American. I am not a black American. I am not an Irish American. I am not a Latino American. I am an American. The Oath Keepers stand for freedom from the attack on family farms and small businesses. Freedom from the destructive international trade agreements like NAFTA and CAFTA that continue to destroy our manufacturing base and keep millions of our American workers out of work. The Oath Keepers stand for freedom from the endless cycle of war and the invasion of other countries without legitimate reasons or declarations of war. We stand for freedom from the United Nations, a communist Trojan horse that is attacking our individual freedoms and our country's sovereignty like a cancer. And we also want freedom from those enemies within our own country who push for a new world order. So not only must the United Nations get out of the USA, but it's time for the U.S. to get out of the United Nations as well. Let us remember that at critical times in the 234-year history of this great country, certain generations of Americans have been called upon to defend liberty in its maximum hour of danger. In 1776, our founders' generation was given that honor and privilege, as were generations of Americans in World War I and World War II. At these and other critical times in our history, brave Americans have taken the oath and stood as one force against foreign aggressors as our liberty was preserved. Today in America, our liberty is once again under attack. This time, however, the attack is not coming from some foreign power. Rather, it is coming from an enemy within, from our own federal government, and from those traitorous individuals and special interest groups who pull the strings of the politicians and the media like puppet masters from behind a curtain of secrecy, bribery, and deception. Our founders repeatedly warned us of the dangers that a free America would face in the future, and that the most serious danger would come from within. They also told us that it's not only an honor and a privilege to defend our liberty, but that it's also our sacred duty to do so. If not just for ourselves, for our children and our children's children. So just as those brave generations of Americans have done before us, our generation must be prepared to stand up, take the oath, and join together as one united force to defend liberty. This is a critical time in our country's history because our liberty is once again in mortal danger. Liberty must be defended now, for we are the generation that must act. For this is our time to stand up and be counted. This is our time to take the oath. This is our time to join together as one united force to defend liberty in America. Are you with me?